Thanks for staying with us for TV5 News at 9. It's another edition of Ask the County. Joining us this morning is Saginaw County Treasurer Tim Novak, and we appreciate you being here. Excited to catch up. I'm excited to learn about this. We're talking about Saginaw STEM. We should start with what the program is.
So it's a local nonprofit, and there's parent groups, business groups, and schools are clearly involved, and it's they help with providing like after-school programs, Saturday programs, exposing young adults or young kids in middle and high school to STEM opportunities. So that's science, technology, engineering, and math, right? Those types of career paths that, you know, to exposing them to those kind of 21st century stuff. But it's all fun and it's hands-on, and you know, they have programs after school and on Saturdays, and they kind of ladder. So you know, it's encouraged that folks to come, and they're free, and to come more often. So that's kind of the Saginaw STEM story. It's a super cool kind of thing I've been following in the last year or so, and their different programs that they offer. And this is kind of their big highlight. You know, their student-driven, student-built solar electric car, and they're gonna start in Detroit. They partnered with a team out of Detroit this year, and then they're gonna head towards Michigan Tech with stops in Saginaw overnight on Thursday, and then Traverse City, Mackinac City, and then they'll by the weekend, it's kind of a whole weekend type deal showcasing teams from all over the state, but it's kind of cool to have our own team involved.
Yeah, and from what I've heard too, it is the National Solar Car Champion and taking place in this contest that you said this weekend though. How did the program come to be?
So it was Dante Davis that got a hold of me, and that there's something that they've been building and working on, and really their goal is next year is to have their own car. Right now they're partnering with the car in Detroit, and the kids have had that opportunity to work with that one. Now they want to have their own vehicle and build it here in Saginaw. So they're looking for a place to build it and looking for some help in that, and that's why it's kind of important. Go check out Saginaw STEM's website. Look who's involved. There's the city council people, and there's and other business community. So you can see this legitimate type group, and but they're kind of doing this as a nonprofit, and it's really cool. And they want to raise their own car next year is kind of the goal. So.
And what are the ages or grades?
So it's middle school, high school, and they get some help from some college kids as well. So it's kind of a teaching that collaborative learning from different age groups together, which is sort of cool. As a former school teacher, that kind of stuff excites me too, so it's kind of cool.
I didn't know you were a former teacher.
I was in a former lifetime.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you talk about learning, and these are all things that can also set themselves up for if they want to go to a vocational school afterwards, college.
Yeah, really, the careers in STEM, it might scare people and go, my kid's not really a science guy, right? But you're talking about opportunities to create. It's critical learning, critical thinking, and problem solving. That's the STEM stuff, and they use that. And you think of like the careers. Yes, it's engineering, right? So it's into that. You know, maybe it's nuclear, agricultural, different types of engineering, but it's also computer science and computer programming, entertainment industry. I found some stuff in there like a ESPN statistician or an animator or digital content creator, or maybe you work in wind and solar energy, or you're a surveyor, research analysts, financial and medical analysts. So really the gamut of things that you can get into, and STEM is not just, you know, I'm not a real science guy or whatever, like maybe you're fearful. Expose your kids to this, because even if you're not, maybe your kid is.
Yeah.
And it's just something that, why not expose them to something that they may really get into? And it's super cool, and it's 21st century type stuff.
And we've seen schools really across the country and across Michigan in the last 20 years, would you say, or so, that these programs just keep increasing. We're seeing more students getting involved. Yep,
so make sure, you know, with your kids, talk to your, look what's available in the community. Saginaw STEM, like I said, offers free after school and weekend programs. Maybe your school offers an opportunity to go to the Saginaw Career Center for half a day of school. You know, just expose your kids to stuff that they may or may not be interested in, but you don't know what you're gonna spark in them. And they're super cool. And the manufacturing jobs that, you know, that my dad worked in, those are not here anymore, right? They've got some really cool things in the manufacturing sector that are STEM operated, that, you know, they're good opportunities, and they're not the old factory jobs. Yes, you're sorry, Dad, I know that, you know.
Yeah.
You made a great living doing it, and a lot of folks have, but, you know, there are things that you can expose yourself to in the manufacturing world. That's super cool.
Wonderful.
Right here in our own community, if you look at between next year and Saginaw and the semiconductor and these other ones. There's a lot of really, really cool businesses even in our own, tri-county area to expose yourself to.
For sure. And anything else going on that you want to mention this morning?
No, just, especially with the kids, expose them to take advantage of these programs that your community offers. The libraries will have different things. I mean, just go out and look and see what's available. Check out Saginaw STEM or other types of programs available. Expose your kids to some of this stuff. They'll appreciate it.
I love it. And like you said, especially depending on the age, they might not even realize that that's their thing and they're drawn to it.
They won't know, and you didn't even try.
Yep. All right, well, we appreciate it. If you have questions you want to ask the county, we'd love to hear them and pass them along. Just send them to WNEM at WNEM.com. We're back in just a moment.